This is your Rutherford County School first grade ELA individual learning module for May 11th through the 15th. Remember, physical packets may be picked up every Monday at school from 8 to 9 or 11 to 12. Greetings from Miss Plossman, Miss Eller, Miss Miller, Miss Chambers, and Miss Wallace. It's Monday, May 11th, week 6, day 1. Today we will focus on reading a fiction story for understanding, recall information from experiences or gather information from provided resources to answer questions, write in response to a story, phonics, we're going to do long vowels, recognize, read, and write sight words. You'll do Imagine Learning for 20 minutes. Remember to log in through Clever. If you need help with your username or password, reach out to your teacher through Class Dojo. We have a share time, a story, answer and respond to the story, phonics, sight word work, and we will reflect. Say each sound in the blend, put it together, and read the word. Do the first one with me. Slap. Slap. Can you do the rest by yourself? Read the article or read along with me. The Argument by Elizabeth Track. Blip and Dit-Dee were walking to school one day. The sun was shining brightly in the sky and the land around them was bright red. It was a beautiful spring day. Blip looked up into the sky and wiggled his long green antenna. Just think. We're walking to school, and up there in outer space there could be more life forms doing the same thing. Blip loved to talk about outer space. He wanted to be an astronaut and explore other planets when he grew up. Dit-Dit shook her head. I don't think so. If there were aliens on other planets, how come we haven't seen their spaceships? Blip thought for a second. Well, maybe they aren't all that intelligent. Maybe they don't have spaceships yet, but I bet that Earthlings are working really hard to figure out all the science so we can finally meet. Dit-Dit laughed. Earthlings? There's no such thing as Earthlings. Nothing could live on a planet covered in liquid water. Dit-Dit looked down the red, dusty road toward the school building. It was a clear dome that reflected back to the bright sun. Blip was starting to feel angry. Don't make fun. I think Earthlings are real. Are not, cried Dit-Dit. Are too, yelled Blip. Dit-Dit started to walk faster. She was so angry that she didn't want to be near Blip anymore. Blip stopped walking and kicked a small red pebble down the road. He was mad, too, but he couldn't really remember why. Dit-Dit was his best friend, and he didn't want to walk to school by himself. Blip looked up and could see Dit-Dit's backpack and green ponytail. She was starting to slow down. Dit-Dit, wait! He ran to catch up. Dit-Dit turned to look at Blip. I'm sorry, they both cried at the same time. Me too. Again, they spoke together. Then they laughed. Let's not argue about something so silly again, Dit-Dit said. She wanted to add that the whole idea of Earthlings was silly, but she didn't want to hurt Blip-Blip's feelings. Deal, said Blip. He thought about mentioning something about how someday he'd go to outer space to find out if Earthlings were really there or not, but he knew that his friendship with Dit-Dit was more important than starting the argument again. So the two Martian children headed to school and enjoyed the rest of their day. Can you answer these questions in complete sentences? Number 1, where does the story take place? Number 2, why do Blip and Dit-Dit argue with each other? Number 3, how do Blip and Dit-Dit resolve their conflict? And number 4, do you think there really are Martians? Why or why not? Highlight all OE words. Read the story 3 times and color a smiley face each time you read. Then write all of the O words from the story. For your sight word work, you'll pick a card, you'll read it, build it with your letter tiles, and then write it 3 times. Your words are back, give, most, very, after, things. You were busy today. Did you get everything completed? How did you do? It's Tuesday, May 12th, week 6, day 2. Today we will focus on reading a fiction story for understanding, recalling information to answer questions, write in response to our story, do some more phonics, and sight word work. You'll do Imagine Learning for 20 minutes. Remember to log in through Clever. If you need help with your username or password, reach out to your teacher through Class Dojo. We have a share time, a story, answer and respond to the story, phonics, sight word work, and we will reflect. Say one sound for the digraph and read the word. Do the first one with me. Whip. Can you do the last 3 by yourself? Read the article or read along with me, beginning with the title, Friends, Food, and Fun at the Zoo. It's playtime at the zoo. A rhinoceros and a goat are playing with a ball. The zoo's crew sit at the playtime to let the animals have some fun. Find out how the zoo's crew helps provide friends, food, and fun for the animals. Animal keepers. An animal keeper's job is to make sure that his or her assigned animal is taken care of and healthy. Animal keepers feed, clean up after, and play with their animals. Animal babies need extra special attention, especially in the beginning of life. Tara Blakesley is a keeper of animal infants at the San Diego Zoo. Her job is to help the babies grow up healthy and to teach them to live on their own. Blakesley sometimes feeds the babies with bottles. She says the trick to working with an animal is to act like the baby's mother by using sounds, movements, and touch. Once the baby is strong enough, it can live on its own. Can you answer these questions? Number 1, describe the jobs that an animal keeper must do. Number 2, why is it important for animal babies to receive extra special attention? And number 3, how does animal keeper Tara Blakesley act like a mother animal? Highlight the words with OW, making an O sound. Read the story 3 times and color a smiley face each time you read it. Then write all the O words from the story. Pick a different sight word card. Remember to read it, build it, and write it. Your words are back, give, most, very, after, things. Did you get everything completed? How did you do today? It's Wednesday, May 13th, week 6, day 3. Today we will focus on reading an informational text for understanding, recall information from experiences, or gather information from provided resources to answer questions. Write in response to the story. More phonics, recognize, read, and write sight words. You'll do Imagine Learning for 20 minutes. Remember to log in through Clever. If you need help with your username or password, reach out to your teacher through Class Dojo. We have a share time, a story, answer and respond to the story, phonics, sight word work, and we will reflect. Blend to read the first word. Make the long vowel sound for the second word. Which word is pictured? Let's do the first one. Tub, tube. That's a picture of a tub. Can you do the last row by yourself? Read the article or read along with me, beginning with the title, Bobby Gets a Doggy. Bobby loves doggies. He loves big doggies and small doggies. He loves doggies that are soft and even doggies that aren't so soft. Bobby loves all doggies except for mean doggies that bite people because really, nobody likes mean doggies that bite people. But Bobby doesn't have his own doggie. He can only look at other people's doggies and wish he had one for himself. And sometimes at night, after his parents tuck him into his bed and turn off the light, he sighs and thinks to himself about how badly he wants one. Bobby is a good little boy. He doesn't complain, and he never whines about how he doesn't have a doggie. But Bobby's mom and dad know how happy a doggie would make him. One day, Bobby's parents drive over to the pet store and look at the different doggies for sale. All the doggies are small and young. They are puppies. One puppy has fuzzy white hair with a brown patch over its eye and floppy ears. Another has tall, pointy ears and a coat of hair that is red and black. Another has long, wispy hair that is all white. Bobby's parents look at each of the puppies. They pick them up and pet them and let them lick their faces. There is one puppy that they haven't seen, though. This puppy has gray hair with some white in it and little black eyes. It is in the corner of the puppy pen with its head down, and it's looking out at Bobby's parents with a cute look on its face. "What is that puppy's name?" Bobby's father asks. "That puppy's name is Lucy," says the pet store's man. Bobby's father picks up Lucy. She's very, very soft and very, very nice. Bobby's father and mother know that this is the dog for Bobby. They pay for her and take her home with them and hide her in the bathroom. Bobby comes home from school, takes off his backpack, and sits down on a couch in the living room. "Bobby," says his mother, "how was your day at school?" "Oh, it was fine," he says, but Bobby's mother knows that he is secretly wishing he had a doggie. Bobby's dad quietly opens the bathroom door and scoops Lucy into his arms. He sneaks up behind Bobby and very quietly lowers Lucy onto his lap. Bobby yelps with joy. "What is her name?" he asks his parents. "Her name is Lucy," they say, "and she is all yours." And that's how Bobby meets his best friend. Can you answer these questions? Number 1, what does Bobby love? Kitties? Doggies? Snakes? Number 2, when did Bobby's parents give him a doggie? At the beginning of the story? In the middle of the story? At the end of the story? Number 3, Bobby loves doggies that are soft. The doggie that Bobby's parents give him is soft. What can be concluded from this information? Bobby will forget to feed the doggie that his parents give him. Bobby will not like the doggie that his parents give him. Bobby will love the doggie that his parents give him. Number 4, why did Bobby's parents get a doggie for him? Bobby's parents want to make Bobby happy. Bobby's parents want to make Bobby a better student. Or Bobby's parents want to make Bobby better at sports. Number 5, what's the main idea of this story? A boy gets mad at his parents because he does not have a dog. A good boy who loves dogs is given a dog. A bad boy who hates dogs is given a cat. Number 6, read the sentence from the passage. Bobby loves all doggies except for mean doggies that bite people, because really, nobody likes mean doggies that bite people. What does the word doggies mean? Dogs, parents, children. Number 7, choose the answer that best completes the sentence below. At first, Bobby does not have a doggie. Blank. Later, his parents give him one. After, because, but. And number 8, what's the name of Bobby's dog? Highlight the IE words. Read the story 3 times and color a smiley face each time you read. Then write all of the I words from the story. Pick a different sight word card. Remember to read it, build it with your letter tiles, and write it at least 3 times. Your words are back, give, most, very, after, things. It's reflection time. Did you get everything completed? How did you do today? It's Thursday, May 14th, week 6, day 4. Today, we will focus on reading an informational text for understanding, recall information from experiences, or gather information from provided resources to answer a question. Write in response to our informational text while using prior knowledge, such as how to sound out words, correct punctuation, and spacing. We're going to do some phonics and some sight word work. You'll do Imagine Learning for 20 minutes. Remember to log in through Clever. If you need help with your username or password, reach out to your teacher through Class Dojo. We have a share time, a story, answer and respond to the story, phonics, sight word work, and we will reflect. Read each word, then scoop and reread smoothly. Do the first one with me. Butter, fly, butterfly. Can you do the last two? Read the article or read along with me, beginning with the title, Learning New Things. But I don't want to go there, insisted Billy. He kicked at the ground with his foot, twisted his body around, and looked up at his mother with tears in his eyes. Billy was angry. His mother was a nurse, and she had a new job at a senior center. Old folks' home, Billy called it. Senior center, his mother corrected. Billy didn't like the seniors. He didn't like the senior center. He thought it was boring. Billy's mother wanted Billy to come to the senior center every day after school. Billy wanted to go see his friends or play video games at home. Billy's mother would not let him. I don't have a babysitter for you, she said, and you can't go to a friend's house unsupervised every day. The senior center was across the street from Billy's school. Come meet me at the center at 3 p.m., his mother directed. You can stay here until my shift ends at 4:30. So, it was decided. Every day after school, Billy said goodbye to his friends and walked over to the senior center. Hello, Billy. How was school today? Asked Curtis when Billy came in. Curtis was the building's security guard. Hello, Curtis. School was okay, Billy said. Every day at the senior center started like that. Billy would then go to the nurse's station where there was a quiet room. He would do his homework, then sit and stare at the walls. Billy would try to look as bored and as miserable as possible in the hope someone would notice and convince his mother to let him go home. He would sit and think of his friends home playing video games. He thought of the worlds he could be creating and the monsters he could be slaying. If only he were playing video games too. Billy's mother didn't appreciate any of this. You're being ridiculous, she said. Why are you acting this way? The senior center isn't torture. There's a lot you could do here. I don't understand why you're being so dramatic, said Billy's mother, exasperated. Why don't you help me, Curtis? No thanks, said Billy. Why would I go right back to looking miserable? After a few days of this routine, Billy did start to get bored. His plan wasn't working. His mother wasn't giving in. Billy was going to have to get to like the senior center. The next day after school, Billy went to the senior center. He said hello to Curtis and went to the nurse's station. He did his homework. This time, for a change, when Billy finished his homework, he decided to go exploring. Billy left the nurse's station and turned right down the hallway. He had never seen the rest of the facility. The building was huge. Every hallway looked the same. Billy followed the hallway until it came to another hallway. After a while, Billy was lost. Billy sat down in the hallway and tried to remember the way back. He didn't want to ask directions. He wasn't supposed to be there. He didn't want to get in trouble. So he sat and tried to remember the way out. He heard something coming from the door nearest him. Oh, for goodness sake, Henry, said a woman. You don't look anything like the knight of the realm. You look more like an elephant. An elephant? If I look like an elephant, you look like a peacock, a man's voice replied. They must be residents, thought Billy. Curious. He crawled over and peeked inside of the room. He saw something he had not expected. The woman who was speaking had on a pink tracksuit and even pinker feather boa around her shoulders. The man was speaking to was sitting in a wheelchair, holding a shield and sword and wearing a helmet. The shield, sword, and helmet were made of paper and glue. They had begun to droop a little. Billy supposed this was why he looked like an elephant. Billy was starting to laugh when he saw the woman in pink looking at him. "Well, don't just sit there spying. Come on in," said another man. This man was speaking to Billy. He walked in. "Who are you?" they asked. Billy explained that he was waiting for his mama, the nurse. The seniors introduced themselves. The woman in pink was named Mildred. The man with the shield was Harold. "Pleased to meet you," said Billy. He asked them what they were doing. "We're rehearsing for the talent show," said Mildred. "Mildred, you have a talent show here?" asked Billy. "Of course," said Mildred. "We're the Senior Center Dramatic Society. We always perform in the talent show, and we rehearse even when there isn't a show coming up. Sometimes we make up our own plays." "It's important to be creative," said Harold. "It keeps you young." "Would you like to help us?" asked Mildred. "We need an impartial critic." "My mother told me I'm dramatic," said Billy. "Great," said Mildred. "You'll fit right in." Billy agreed to help. He helped them read their lines and fix their costumes. Afterwards, they took Billy back to the nurse's station where his mother was waiting. "Did you have fun?" his mother asked Billy. "Yes, I did," Billy answered. From that day on, Billy spent his afternoons at the center with the Dramatic Society. The seniors weren't boring at all. Can you answer these questions? Number 1, where does Billy go after school? A senior center, a friend's house, a movie theater. Number 2, when in the story does Billy have fun at the senior center? In the beginning of the story, in the beginning and middle of the story, at the end of the story. Number 3, Billy does not want to go to the senior center. What information from the story supports this statement? A. Billy didn't like the seniors. He didn't like the senior center. He thought it was boring. B. The next day after school, Billy went to the senior center. He said hello to Curtis and went to the nurse's station. C. Billy sat down in the hallway and tried to remember the way back. He didn't want to ask directions. Number 4. What is Billy's opinion of the seniors at the end of the story? He thinks they're mean. He thinks they're interesting. He thinks they're boring. And number 5. What is the main idea of the story? Something that seems good can turn out to be bad. Something that seems bad can turn out to be good. Or something that seems bad can turn out to be even worse. Highlight the IGH words. Read the story 3 times and color a smiley face for each time you read. Then write all of the I words from the story. Pick another different sight word card. Read it, build it, write it 3 times. Your words are back, give, most, very, after, things. You were busy today. Did you get everything completed? How did you do? It's Friday, May 15th, week 6, day 5. Today we will focus on reading another story for understanding, answering some questions, and writing in response to the story, some more phonics, and sight words. You'll do Imagine Learning for 20 minutes. Remember to log in through Clever. If you need help with your username or password, reach out to your teacher through Class Dojo. We have a share time, a story, answer and respond to the story, phonics, sight word work, and we will reflect. Let's make a prediction. Dave got a cone. It fell on the floor. What will Dave do? Read the article or read along with me, beginning with the title, Sister Problems. Maria's little sisters were fighting. She could hear them from her room. Maria was supposed to be babysitting. She knew that she should go in and check on them. She put her book on the bed and went down the hall to Anna and Olivia's room. "What is going on here?" Maria asked. Her sisters stared angrily at each other. There were clothes all over the floor. Tell Anna she is wrong, shouted Olivia. Tell Olivia she is wrong, shouted Anna. Maria shook her head. Let's slow down, she said. First, I need to have all the information and understand the problem. Then, when I know what's going on, I can tell you what I think. Why are you fighting? Olivia took a deep breath. Well, Anna borrowed my shirt, she said, my green shirt. It's my favorite one. She took it without asking, and then she got it stained. Olivia held out a green t-shirt with a brown stain on it. It is not my fault, said Anna. My friend Greg dropped his chocolate pudding on me, and then Olivia started yelling at me, and then she threw all of my clothes out of my closet. Okay, said Maria. Now I know what you are fighting about. I can tell you how we can solve this problem. She sat the girls down on the bed. Anna, said Maria, you took Olivia's shirt without asking, right? I guess so, said Anna. You did? And then you got it stained at school, said Maria. You didn't stain the shirt, but it's your responsibility because you took it. Anna nodded. And Olivia, said Maria, yelling at your sister and throwing your clothes won't help. The best way for you to speak to your sister is to be calm and talk about what is wrong. Olivia nodded. So, go ahead and talk to each other calmly, Maria said. Olivia turned to Anna. I am sorry I threw your clothes around, she said. I was mad because of the shirt. I don't like it when you take my things without asking. I'll help you put it away. And I am sorry that I took the shirt, said Anna. I like it, but I should have asked you. See, Maria, said Maria, isn't it better that you spoke about it? The girls nodded. Maria smiled. Okay, so I'll put this shirt into the washing machine. Let's see if we can get this stain out. The three of us can eat some ice cream while we wait. Thank you, Maria, said Olivia. We love it when you babysit. Can you answer these questions? Number 1, which sisters are fighting? Anna and Olivia, Olivia and Maria, or Maria and Anna? Number 2, the fight that Anna and Olivia have is a problem. How does Maria help solve this problem? Maria tells Olivia that she should be mad at Greg, not Anna. Maria tells Anna that she should buy Olivia a new shirt, or Maria has Anna and Olivia talk calmly to each other. Number 3. Speaking calmly is a better way for Anna and Olivia to solve their problem than fighting with each other. What information from the story supports this statement? Maria is babysitting her little sisters, Anna and Olivia, while reading in her room. She can hear them fighting with each other. Or, Anna and Olivia's problem is not solved when they fight. Their problem is solved when they speak calmly to each other. Or, Olivia is mad that Anna took her shirt without asking and got it stained. Anna is mad that Olivia yelled at her and threw her clothes on the floor. Number 4. Which sister has not done anything wrong? Anna, Olivia, or Maria? Number 5. What's the main idea of the story? Sisters should never let each other borrow their clothing. Sisters should always let each other borrow their clothing. Or people should solve their problems by talking, not fighting. Highlight all long O words that you find. They might have an OE, an OW, a sneaky E. Then color a smiley face for each time you read. And then write all of the long O words that you found from the story. Finish the sight words you have not completed. Remember to read it, build it, write it 3 times. Your words are back, give, most, very, after, things. Did you get everything completed? How did you do today? Have a good weekend!